Another question that always
Yeah.
pops up is there an amount of a loan that you guys like is the top? Like how much can you guys give a loan for? What's the max?
The max.
Mhm.
So I think I've seen up to 5 million
Okay. Okay.
in certain channels. The reason, and I think this is more of a question of, because you can change the scenario, you can change the limiting factor, you can change the constraint, and we talk about constraints a lot, but change the constraint and say, what's the lowest credit? What's the highest loan? What's the different type of product? What's the other sources of income that you can do? And this is why I have correspondent operations, right? This is why I can do things in-house myself. But it's also why we retain relationships on a wholesale basis with all of these other companies that do specialize in that type of financing. Because when you're growing a mortgage company, right, one of the limiting things is that you can't be good at everything. You can't be a jack of all trades and a master of none, because in this business, if you're a master of nothing, like, you're gonna fail.
Yeah.
Like, you need to know your products and you need to know what you're doing. Which is why, from a retail shop perspective, when you're talking about retail lending, they are at a size and a point where they're specializing in usually kind of like a general approach, because that's what makes them the most money, and they're going direct to consumer. So direct to consumer, they're going to specialize in kind of the widest range of products, like the general range of products. But from a wholesale standpoint, when you're working through a broker channel or a correspondent channel, a non-Dell correspondent, right? Dell correspondent is different, but when you're working through that and you're a lender that says, we like the cookie cutter stuff, it's A, B, and C, your conventional high credit loan, fine. But we want to specialize in something that's different, and we want to be the master of the $3 million non-QM, or the bridge loan, or the doctor loan, or the, all sort of alternative financing and really non-QM space. You'll have options of people and lenders, wholesale lenders, that only work with brokers, because from the distribution aspect of it, that's the only way that they're going to get the widest reach so that they can focus on a hyper niche business. Yeah. It's kind of tricky, but like, if they want to specialize in this type of business, that they only do something unique, they're not going to be able to do that direct to consumer. It's going to be too expensive to market directly to consumer with such a niche product. You can't hit as many people. But when you have a lot of brokers or partners that operate direct to consumer, and they have this wide network, and they have conversations where it's like, oh, I need this unique loan, it comes across the desk all day long. Yeah. Then they can go back to that one channel or wholesale lender that specializes in it, and there's no cost. They don't have to market, they don't have to go wide and do all of that, right? It's a smaller network. Mm-hmm. There's no cost of acquisition for them. They can focus on that unique product. And what happens is, really, in the end of the day, we get access to the best lenders. Wholesale lenders don't have retail, they won't work directly with the consumer. You can only work with them if they go through somebody like us on that channel. We will have access to the best product for that type of scenario, which is where others will not. So to answer your question, 3 to 5 million, it depends on the location.
Okay.
But it's deeper than that. I think it's about the access to the channels, because you can do almost anything.
Yeah, no, but I think that was really informative, how the different type of lenders in the wholesale side will only work with, like,
you can only go through somebody's broker partner with them, or correspondent partner with them.
So you don't have to worry about them taking your business away from you. It's going to go through you.